All right, everyone, welcome back to the Experimental Super Cub project. This will be episode number 3. 10 months has passed since the last episode and the last update. At the end of the last episode, I was just finishing up the vertical stabilizer and had just received the tubing kit for the fuselage. I started to build it. I didn't really film much, and then a bunch of stuff happened in the summer and in the fall, and wasn't able to get much work done on it. But now I am back on the wagon, have basically gotten to the point where most of the fuselage is jigged up and tacked together. And so we're almost to the point where we can pull it out of the jig, take it up to the garage, and start finish welding it all. Okay, so the first step, I think where I left off in the other video talking about my plans for getting the fuselage and then building the table and that whole thing. So the first step was to build this table. This table was 18 feet long, and it is then leveled across it. So I think it's 2.5 sheets of 3/4 MDF, which then I painted. I built one of them for building the rudder that you saw in the last video, and then I built another one so it would be long enough to jig the fuselage on. So then from there first of all, I built the tables and then leveled them on a plane. So they're all, this whole table is hopefully still level and flat. I just checked it, so it actually still is. And so then everything was shimmed. And once you have this level surface, then I struck a center line down the entire table from the tail all the way down to the firewall up here. And then I marked my firewall or engine mount station, and then I marked the tail station right there. And it's all offset because everything with these drawings is to the center of the tube. So you have to account for that everywhere. So then I went ahead and marked each cross station, both top right there and then the bottom, all the way down. And that's all corresponding to the drawing. So then the idea is that you start from the forward station here and assemble the fuselage with tape or bungees or straps or whatever, and work your way back towards the tail. And you actually assemble this first station flat and then mount it onto the jig. I've got some metal on the jig to keep it all flat and then move back. I moved pretty slowly just because I was kind of scared of making a mistake, and it probably could have been done faster, but I just really wanted it to be as perfect as I could get it. And so what I would typically do is put together a couple of pieces and kind of get back to a station, check it all again, hang a plumb bob, kind of my movable plumb bob station, and then tack it all and then move back. So the tacks will just be little tacks right there, and just tack those with the TIG, and that works pretty well. And then keep moving back, keep hanging. Then I have this piece of wood that I mark a center line on, and then I can just, if it doesn't taper, I can this whole section doesn't taper, so I can slide it back and forth, make sure the thing is not racked, and then keep moving back. So that took a pretty long time. And then I got back to right here, this station. And the thing about this station aft is that you don't have these assembly where you have like a vertical and the thing kind of self jigs itself, and as far as height goes, because there's only one way these two big pieces can go together. But back here, there's nothing to say that the thing can't be pushed out. So then what I had to do, insert the top longerons, and then set that tail post in space, and then work back towards the tail. And that's kind of what I've just done today, is I've set all my bottom heights off my reference surface, which is the table. And then I set my top height, and I set my my top height where my longerons hit the tailpiece. And so when you set the top and bottom longerons in space, and then you put in trial fit all your pieces of tubing, a lot of them covered with tape, but you end up getting the spacing being pretty damn perfect here. So I'm really happy with how this all came out. This is all pretty much exactly what it all needs to be. And so that means that I have my top longeron length set, because this thing comes in and out of this tube, and then and the bottom doesn't. The bottom is, it's hard to see here, but you can see on this side, the bottoms kind of nest in each other, but the top could potentially slide back and forth. So it's very important that I set my tail post and set my heights of my longerons, so that I know what's going on as far as how the tubing is going to work out. So this side I've got together, and I'll probably assemble the other side as well, and then I'll probably tack both sides together, and then I'll probably tape it all, put my centers in where I can get them, make sure it's initially not racked, and then tack it all together, just so I'm not tacking some kind of weird rack into it.
Mackay Beats.
Okay, well, that's all we have time for in this episode. I'm hopefully going to put out my review of the pre-cut tubing kit in the next episode, and I'll try to get that out. I've got footage for it, but I just need to edit it together. So until next time, comment below if you have any questions about the project, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon.